You talk a lot about fearlessness, and I'm curious to know if this experience when you were like with what happened with 9/11, if that also have you always felt yourself to be fearless in this way? And I've heard you talk about, right? It doesn't mean that we don't ever have fear. It's just about what we do with that fear in the face of fear and how we move through life. So was that something you always had as a little girl, or did that really also kind of catalyze you when that experience happened with 9/11?
Well, it's interesting because I think we often, we talk about like no fear and like overcome fear. But I think like since that concept of like, yes, the idea of like pushing through fear, I think starts with acknowledging the fear. And I think, that was a step that I bypassed for a while. And that came, like, how that showed up was like my body being in like overdrive for a while and just pushing past the fear without holding the fear, acknowledging it, like really letting it say, like, hey, it lives here, it's okay. And from that place of okayness, can I move forward? And I think that was a deep lesson that I learned, a couple of years ago, where it's like, oh, like just let the fear in. It's okay. It's like, don't deflect it and try and jump over it. Just like let it in, acknowledge it, and then let it have a space to breathe. And then you can actually overcome it faster and better.
Yeah.
So I learned that also
Yeah.
after,
I learned that as well, and that's actually what I teach my clients, like as a mentor, like really to embody and emotionally alchemize our emotions,
yeah,
right? Like we're no longer in the world of banishing and stuffing it
that's
down
it.
and trying to bypass it. It's like we've got to meet it head on